This might look like a calm insect, just hovering over water, moving gently, almost lazily, but that's not what's happening, because in that exact moment, this insect is calculating something with surprising accuracy, speed, distance, direction, and then, it commits. No hesitation, no second attempt, because dragonflies don't really try to catch prey, they intercept it, and once you understand how they do that, it starts to feel less like watching an insect, and more like watching something engineered. And the strangest part is, it doesn't even start in the air, before dragonflies ever fly, before the wings, before the speed. They begin life as something completely different, a nymph, and this version is, honestly, a bit unsettling, not because it looks dangerous, but because of what it can do. Most insects bite. Dragonfly nymphs don't. They launch their mouth forward. Folded under the head is a structure that looks harmless at first, until it isn't, because when prey comes close, it fires outward like a spring-loaded arm, grabs the target, and pulls it back in. All in about 15 to 40 milliseconds. That's faster than most animals can react to anything. So from the prey's perspective, there's no warning, no chase, just gone. And the wild part is, it doesn't even move its body. The dragonfly nymph doesn't lunge forward, it doesn't reposition, it just sits there, completely still, and lets the mechanism do the work, which means it can hunt without revealing itself. No movement, no signal, no chance to escape. But that's only half of it, because while it's using a built-in catapult to hunt, it's also using something else to move, and this is where it gets a little strange. Instead of swimming like most insects, the dragonfly nymph uses jet propulsion. It pulls water into its body, builds pressure, and then releases it to push itself forward, like a miniature underwater rocket. Short bursts, fast movement, instant repositioning, and it's one of the only insects that does this. What makes this even more interesting is that the same system isn't just for movement, it's also how the nymph breathes. Water flows in, oxygen is absorbed, and then expelled, so every time it moves, it's also regulating its oxygen, and every time it breathes, it's preparing for movement. It's not two systems, it's one system doing multiple jobs, efficient in a way that feels very deliberate. And then researchers notice something even smaller, but somehow even more impressive. The flow of water leaving the body isn't always straight. Sometimes, it's slightly redirected, not enough to move the animal, but enough to change the surrounding water. At first, this didn't make much sense. Why complicate something that already works? But it turns out, it's not for movement at all. It's for breathing. By slightly redirecting the outgoing flow, the nymph pulls in fresh water from the sides, which means it avoids reusing the same water it just expelled. More oxygen, less waste buildup, and it does this without needing to move. At this point, it starts to feel less like an insect. You have a spring-loaded hunting system, a jet propulsion mechanism, controlled fluid flow, and a multi-purpose internal design, all inside something most people would walk past without noticing. And then, after months, sometimes years, it leaves the water, climbs up a surface, and stops. What happens next doesn't happen inside a cocoon, it happens out in the open. The outer layer begins to split, slowly, from the back, upward. And then something starts to emerge, the adult dragonfly, pulling itself out of its old body. Wings folded, body compressed. At first, it looks fragile, like it shouldn't work yet, but then everything starts to expand. Fluids move through the body, the wings stretch out, and structures lock into place. Within hours, it stabilizes. What was crawling underwater is now ready to fly. And this is where it becomes something else entirely, because once it's in the air, the dragonfly becomes one of the most precise hunters on Earth. It doesn't chase prey the way you'd expect. Most predators react, they follow, they adjust. Dragonflies do something different, they predict. Instead of chasing where prey is, it calculates where prey will be, then flies directly to that point. This is called interception targeting, and it's the same principle used in advanced tracking systems. Except here, it's happening in real time. In something with a brain smaller than a grain of rice. And once it commits, it rarely misses. Dragonflies have been observed with hunting success rates close to 90%, which is extremely high, higher than many larger predators. But again, it's not about strength, it's about precision. And suddenly, the calm makes sense. From the outside, dragonflies don't look aggressive. They don't rush, they don't thrash around, they just move, smoothly. Because they're not reacting, they've already solved the problem. The dragonfly doesn't rely on size, or intimidation, or brute force. It relies on timing, control, efficiency, and accuracy. And that combination has remained almost unchanged for over 300 million years, which usually means one thing: it works. It's easy to ignore something small, something quiet, something that doesn't demand attention. But sometimes those are the designs that are the most refined. The dragonfly doesn't need to look dangerous. It doesn't need to be loud, because everything it does is already enough.